Hi, this is Sue here from Inspired Messages Monday, and welcome to your May edition of what's happening in the heavens. And I'm doing it a little bit early because we have a new moon tonight. So this is Saturday, the 30th. And I wanted, because it's quite important, I wanted to do it and send it out early. The new moon lasts about 2.5, 3 days. So even tomorrow we're still in, and maybe even into Monday we're still in the new moon phase. But obviously it's stronger on the actual day, which is today. This is a new moon in Taurus, and it's a solar eclipse. So it's very important, and it holds a lot of weight, which is another reason that I wanted to get this video out today. So this, is indicating grand change, grand on a grand scale, change on a grand scale. And solar eclipses and lunar eclipses last about 6 months. You can say a month before and 6 months afterwards. And so they really, mark a time of change when we have an eclipse. Solar eclipses, which is what we've got today, is the start of something. We might not see it today as it lasts 6 months. We're in a process. Usually the third month we are likely to see something. So maybe in July we will see the changes that are attached to this new moon solar eclipse. So as I say, it's in the sign of Taurus. So Taurus rules lots of things. It rules security. That means money. That means feeling secure. It's about finances. So I think we're likely to see lots of changes in the money system. If you're aware and have been, researching, you will know that crypto is the buzzword at the moment. I don't know anything about it. I keep hearing it. It looks very complicated and confusing. Maybe it's not, but lots of people are into it and are talking about having a wallet with crypto coins in it. So I think that is one of the buzzwords. Also gold and silver, people are talking about that, and as the world becomes more unstable, because that's what's happening, because we've had a lockdown for 2 years, and we've had lots of people going out of business around the world. People are looking to understand how to protect themselves financially. How am I going to survive is a bit of the buzzword. And obviously we have Uranus in the sign of Taurus, so that is upsetting everything to do with the financial system. Now also Taurus rules food as well, and we know that the food prices are going up, and that's also a worry. So people are talking about prepping. Prepping is another buzzword at the moment, where people are trying to make sure that if they've got enough food in case all the supermarket shelves go empty. So people are also growing food. That's lots of people are doing that. So I think this solar eclipse is going to concentrate on those areas, protection, how we can protect ourselves, how we can feed ourselves, how we can finance ourselves. All that is likely. Now also Taurus rules the earth as well, so we might see problems with natural disasters. We might see things that are maybe not natural but are also affecting the earth. So all that is quite likely. We've got this new moon, as I say, in the sign of Taurus, and it's actually conjunct Uranus. Now, every month I seem to be saying that Uranus is involved in the new and the full moons, and so May is no exception. And so again, we're likely to see people wanting freedom, protesting. There'll be more protests around the world again. They've not gone away. I know some are planned for certainly for this year and the next couple of months. People are already planning that, and I've seen flyers for protests that are coming up. So, you know, the Uranus is about surprises. It's also, you know, that anything can happen. So it's about freedom, fighting, you know, for your rights, and going for it. Now, the Magician came up as one of the cards, and the Magician is the first card, and here we have the Magician, and he has a table with all his tools on the table. So this is also a card of divination as well. So I think you know, we are going through a spiritual change on the planet. We need to gather our tools together, the tools that we innately hold. So our spiritual tools, our faith, our reasoning, and maybe also going back into the old ways as well, the old ways of healing, herbs and things like that, because that connects to the new moon as well. So I'm just going to quickly read this out of my book, just a few words. You are able to master new situations, take positive action, and focus your attention to realize your potential. You are able to promote and market yourself to those who are interested in making use of your special skills and knowledge. Creative visualization would be beneficial at this time, and your skills at organization come in handy. In money questions, financial success is likely. The Magician tells you there is a way that you can manipulate the forces of nature to achieve your goals. The Magician urges you to observe, experiment, remain adaptable, refine your skills, and learn how to manipulate the world. So for me, that, you know, encapsulates what I've just said about the, you know, the new moon, and, you know, the Magician falling in the spread. I thought, you know, again was, you know, useful information, because it all adds, you know, to us, you know, our knowledge. We need to find a way through what's actually going on at the moment. So also in this new moon, it is actually sextiling Mars. Now, sextile is a nice aspect. It's not a hard aspect. And Mars at the moment is in the sign of Pisces, which is a spiritual sign. So this new moon sextiling Mars, I think, brings in a spiritual energy, which again, I feel also connects to the Magician. So on the 4th of May, we're going to have the Sun exactly conjunct Uranus. Now, it is in the new moon chart, but it's not exact. So it is, this energy is going to be stronger on the 4th. And again, you know, this is a revolutionary energy, you know, and on top of that, we're going to have Mars sextiling Uranus as well. So also fighting for freedom. And it connects really to the pioneer, someone who's searching for new ways of living, and connecting to community, because Uranus is very much about community, getting together, and many communities are now forming. And if you take my newsletter, under the life purpose heading, I put lots of links to these communities, so you can investigate and maybe join one that's in your area, if that's what you'd like to do. If you don't take my newsletter and you want to know, just drop me a line on my website, astrologysue.com, on the contact page, and I will add you to the mailing list and I'll send that out. I mean, every month I put really good links that people may have difficulty finding, and because I want to share the information that I have with all of you. Okay, so on the 10th we're going to have Mercury going retrograde. Now everybody kind of groans when that happens, and I find sometimes when Mercury goes retrograde it's worse than others. So this time it's going to be in the sign of Gemini, so you know, it's in its own sign, so it'll be interesting to see what actually happens. Usually communication is difficult, letters go missing, emails get lost, you know, the internet may go down, or you know, anything can actually happen, so we have to be aware of all of that. But I always feel that when Mercury goes retrograde, it's a time to go inward, to reflect, and it will go direct again on the 3rd of June. So we've got that time to reflect, and if we haven't, you know, if we haven't got to do any kind of important paperwork, then maybe it's better left and to go with the flow. So think about that. On the 11th, which is the day after, Jupiter will go into Aries. Now we've got a fire planet going into a fire sign, so this is a lot of energy, and Jupiter always expands everything that it comes into contact with, so we can expect lots of expansive energy here, and lots of action. Now in the world sense, we kind of hope that, you know, the people who are awake and aware and are helping to build a new earth are very much influenced by this Jupiter going into Aries. On a personal level, it means we will have the energy to do what we want to do, and it's interesting to see where it is in your chart, you know, where your Aries part of your chart is as Jupiter moves into it, because it will expand that area of your chart. So this is about being courageous, going for it. Again, it's committed to freedom, and it also connects to the Chariot, which also came up, and you know, this comes up a lot, this card. So here we have the Chariot, and I've talked about it before. It is a card of victory. It is a card of travel, long distance travel, connections to the world as well, and so, you know, I think this is you know, it keeps coming up, and it's in a good position. It was in a good position in the spread, and again, I'll just read out a few words that it says in this book. Progress through balancing opposing forces, a clear purpose, determination, being able to carry on, self-assertion, willpower, success, single-mindedness, ambition, mastery, courage, skill, energy to fight for a goal, great effort, achievement, the drive for success, and a sense of purpose, a journey as well, news, winning, victory. So all those kind of things, sorry, too much talking, are connected to that Jupiter moving into Aries. Then on the 16th, we're going to have the full moon lunar eclipse in Scorpio. Now, full moons are always known to be more emotional. The police always say that there are more problems, and the hospitals have a big intake, and we've known that for years and years. So having this full moon in Scorpio, which is in a water sign, is difficult, or could be difficult. It could be emotional. And we might feel that, in a big way. Depends on what's happening, of course. So this full moon lunar eclipse, the ruler is Pluto, and that has just gone retrograde. It was yesterday. And again, this energy goes to the depths, of finding out secrets, really, and corruption. And so those kind of things are likely to be revealed over the next few months. So look out for that. At the moment, it's very slow on MSM. A lot of it is coming out in alternative media, so you do have to look for it. But I think, and many other people think, that there's going to be more coming up in the mainstream. So with that, we've got with this full moon and the Pluto just gone retrograde, that is quite kind of a heavy energy for us to cope with. So on a lighter note, oh, by the way, this card did come up. So the Devil, which I think it connects to that. I think it is about power and control. But I feel that it's not all going to be bad. Now, I'll talk to you about that in a minute. I just want to say that also in this full moon, we have Jupiter sextiling Mercury, and Jupiter always expands what it touches. So ideas and conversations could be grand and expansive, helping us to find, I'm hoping, new ways of living and being. Pluto is also trining this full moon. It's trining the sun, and it's sextiling the moon in this chart, which again is about power, which is about this. And so maybe it is about us taking our power back, because that's what needs to happen. We've given our power away. And the moon is conjunct the south node, and again that emphasizes bringing up things from the past, hidden, dark, corrupt lies, secrets, sexual deviations, all sorts of things is likely to come up. And as I say, this card came up. So yeah, we have to see what happens in the next few months, but keep your eyes and your ears open. Also, we've got Mars conjunct Neptune, and that's close to the Jupiter. So this, I think, brings in a powerful spiritual energy. And the Pope came up. This is the Hierophant, or the Pope. And I think that card represents this powerful spiritual energy. It's also trining the moon and the south node, and sextile the sun. So it is a time of change. It is an end of an era, moving away from power and manipulation into a new world, one of love and peace. And that's my affirmation for this week, which I will tell you at the end. But this card connects to the higher realms. He has a divine connection, a connection to the other world as well as this world, and he takes messages backwards and forwards. So this is, a positive card to have. So on the 22nd, leaving the full moon behind for a minute, on the 22nd, Mars is going to sextile Pluto. So this is strong, secretive, invincible energy. It's decisive, it's courageous, it has a desire to win. It's got an all or nothing energy when changes can be made. So again, I think, that is a really positive card to have. And the Lovers came up. And the Lovers, is not always about relationships. It can be about relationships, but it is also about a decision. Whose side are you on? Have you got the courage of your convictions? You know, I would hope that you would. There is an angel looking over them, down below, up above, to down below. On the 29th, Mars is going to conjunct Jupiter. Again, this is fighting for justice, but with honor, because Jupiter is very much about honor, doing it in the right way. You know, if we're going to fight, we need to fight maybe with the pen. You know, the pen is mightier than the sword. So we need to fight for justice with honor. And optimism, because that's what Jupiter is. Mars is the god of war. It is conjunct Jupiter. It's a massive energy, and this is about having the courage of your convictions and about standing in your own truth for what you believe in. I think that's, you know, I know it's difficult because we're all having to face things that we don't really want to face. We are going through a spiritual war, and the light will win. Many people say the light has already won, which is great, but we have to go through it. We have to move through it. We have to face our demons, and we have to be in honor, which is what Jupiter is about. And it is about optimism as well. So be optimistic. Know that there are many people doing the same thing. You are not alone. You are not on your own. There are many things that you can join and tune into, as I've talked about with the communities. Please look at my newsletter and follow up on what I'm putting. You know, I'm trying to help, and I would like you to, you know, to look into it so that you can, you know, feel better about what's going on and about the future, because the future is great, the future is bright, and that's what we have to concentrate on. So on the 30th of May we have another new moon, and this time it will be in Gemini. I will maybe put the next newsletter out on the 30th so that I can cover this in more depth. Remembering, you know, that the ruler of that new moon, Mercury, will go direct on the 3rd of June. Okay, so it's going to be quite an important new moon, and it will make aspects to both Saturn and Neptune, and this suggests that events of the past 2 years will be very much under scrutiny. I will tell you more about that at the next new moon on the 30th. In the meantime, I think there's enough for you to be going on with. And basically, yes, I've got the Hangman as the outcome of the spread. And I think that is key. This is a very positive card. You know, it's about looking at life from a different direction. And I'm just going to read you what's in the book. So now is a time to pause and suspend activity. You need to reevaluate your attitudes, goals and priorities while remaining true to your spiritual values. Time appears to be moving slowly, and you may feel like you are in a state of suspended animation. This is a testing period, and there is a lesson to be learned. You are in the midst of a major transition and feel caught between the old and the new. You are capable of unselfish dedication to a significant project or ambition. So that really says it all about what I've just said, that we are moving from one world to the next. So take everything I've said, listen to it again, connect with me on Facebook, where I put my daily posts on Astrology Sue Fletcher. That's on Facebook. Go to my website, send me an email if you're not on my mailing list, and I will add you, and I will send you the newsletter so that you can have a look at the links that I put on. And the affirmation for this month is hand on heart, and say this every morning till we come back. New Earth is here, complete with abundance on all levels. Peace, love and harmony abound. I'm going to say that again. New Earth is here, complete with abundance on all levels. Peace, love and harmony abound. Have a lovely May. Enjoy the sunshine. The sun's out today. I'm sure it is where you are, because I think it's all over the UK. I don't know where it is, what it's like in other countries, but it's a lovely day, and a day to be out with nature, enjoying that. And I will see you in a month's time. So have a good May, and bye for now. Bye bye.